Wonder Woman 3 could end a trilogy for director Patty Jenkins. That is the headline on this week's Movie Burner News, John.
Yes.
This comes in from Slash Film, and not to be unexpected that it's going to have to end somewhere, but reading the quote, I'll let you read the quote from Patty Jenkins in a little moment, John.
Yes.
Bit of a clickbait, I felt. I don't know how you felt about it after reading it, but it's going to end at some point.
It is, yeah.
You know, and I think seems to be the Hollywood way these days that you do a trilogy and then move on to your next project.
Yeah.
Would I be happy with seeing this being wrapped up in a trilogy? I don't know. I think there's a lot of stories out there for Wonder Woman. I think there's a lot of storylines for that character, and I think Patty Jenkins is the director to carry the that side of the franchise from DC and Warner Bros. Forward. I don't know. I would like to see Chris Nolan continue with the Batman films from Christian Bale, but it had to end somewhere, and
it did.
They know better than us when to end on a high, if you like. Dark Knight Rises, was it a high? Debatable, but I think from her point of view, I think that's a decision she will make, but I don't think it's in that article. I don't think it's in that quote that she said either.
It's not. It is clickbait, Stephen. You're absolutely right. It says, I have pretty clear plans for Wonder Woman 3, whether I direct it or not. I see how her arc should end in my incarnation of Wonder Woman, full stop.
Yes.
Emphasis on the full stop. I have great passion for that. So, I've probably said the wrong full stop there, but I digress, Stephen. At no point whatsoever in that quote does she ever say that she's going to end it after Wonder Woman 3. She says she has a clear plan and vision for Wonder Woman 3. She's got a clear arc for the character in mind, and that she's got a great passion for it.
Yeah.
But as you did say, it has to end at some point, and if they aren't continuing this DCEU onwards and upwards, and even then, Stephen, we've seen in the MCU great expanded stories weaving into one another that, generally speaking, the individual stories have a trilogy of stories to carry that individual arcs.
It won't be a hard decision though, at the end of the day, whether or not the character carries on or not. Yeah, and her involvement is her choice, but I don't think it is. I think she knows that there's a lot of potential for the character to carry on forward into. We're only at the 80s anyway with the character, so we've still got a few decades to go to catch up to sort of real time. It's
really just whether Gal Gadot is going to continue playing the character. I don't think she'll ever give up that character willingly, because she's not that accomplished an actress, and that's what we were saying, Stephen, before we even came on. It just shows you how talented Patty Jenkins is, that she's managed to make Gal Gadot look as good as she does in these films, because she isn't a very good actor. She's a bit ham in her acting. She's a bit wooden.
But I think the character kind of lets her away with murder, if you like, because the character is so wrapped up in her own world. When she's taken out of that world, she has like a fish out of water.
Exactly.
And that kind of suits her acting range. So you can. I'm trying to be nice here, but it works. It does work. I said, the other day that Wonder Woman was my second favourite DC film, and it is, and it's not just because it's a great storyline. I think she is a good Wonder Woman. I don't think she can really. I don't think she's really going to branch out.
She's not got a great acting range by any means. I don't envisage her ever getting into a serious drama-driven film, but it's her having to lead the entirety of the film, Stephen, and taking it on her shoulders and going and giving us an Oscar-winning performance. It's just not going to happen. She is what she is. She's like the female incarnation of an Arnie or a Sly Stallone. Can come into a good action role and do just enough, with great direction from the likes of Patty Jenkins and great support from a very accomplished and much better actor in the likes of Chris Pine.
But on the other hand, Patty Jenkins as a director has got great range.
She has,
and she's certainly, she'll not want to be tied down to one franchise. She'll want to go out there, do some independent stuff as well, stuff that's not, blockbuster
like
material.
Christopher Nolan, as you did say, Stephen. This is a guy that's not going to be bogged down in a superhero franchise forever. He's got his own visions. He wants to do the likes of Inception, the likes of Dunkirk, Interstellar. He's got a whole host of incredible films in his catalogue already. He's got an idea for the Batman character in that story. It's a self-contained trilogy of stories, a begin, a middle and an end. And that is more important to me, Steve, than just expanding this character out, putting it into films for the sake of it, and having a cash cow. You need to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
But she might go down the executive producer role.
She could, yeah.
After she's finished with her directorial position on the franchise. She might carry on as an advisor, just like Christopher Nolan did with Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
He did have a bit of involvement in that. But we'll see.
We will see. Yeah. Look, I like the character of Wonder Woman. I like Gal Gadot's version of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
I think she's supported with the likes of Chris Pine wonderfully, and obviously directed brilliantly by Patty Jenkins. And I enjoy it. I enjoy it very much. Here's my dog enjoying it as well.
Yeah.
He likes it very much too. Big Gal Gadot fan, big Patty Jenkins fan. He's given his tuppence off. He thinks that Patty Jenkins should stay on longer than a trilogy. I disagree with him. So, Stephen, I've not got much more to add. It's a very clickbaity title, as you did say. Not a great deal of meat on the bones. It's just slash film running off.
Yeah.
And obviously hypothesising off of one quote. I thoroughly enjoyed Patty Jenkins in Wonder Woman 1. Wonder Woman 1, I should say.
Yeah.
What she managed to get out of the actors. It was a great story. It became a little bit muddled at the end. It was a big bombastic CG heavy ending. And I really am looking forward to Wonder Woman 1984 and seeing where they take this character. Then, potentially, a fitting conclusion.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing you've got to take into consideration. Will 1984 succeed? Well, will it?
I think it will. Oh, yeah.
Well, in regards to box office, I think it will. But will as far as the storyline goes, in the plot, we'll see.
And you're absolutely right, Stephen, finally, about the Wonder Woman character being a fish out of water. This awkward sort of a figure who's trying to learn
the ways of the world.
Yeah, the ways of the world. It really does play in to Gal Gadot as an actor. She's a kind of a, I don't want to say she's awkward because I don't know her, but she's kind of she's not as accomplished as maybe some other people, like the likes of a Brie Larson coming in and playing Captain Marvel. Not as accomplished an actress, but look, she done well, and I wish her all the best. And I wish Patty Jenkins all the best, whether she continues this character on or whether she goes off to do other ventures. Yeah,
but we'll move on, John, to the next article that came in from Variety a few days ago. We did a trailer reaction for this and we were left very disappointed. It is,
we were absolutely hammered for it on
the
Twitter.
Ghostbusters sequel that's set for July 2020. Jason Reitman's Ghostbusters, this is. He's picking up where his dad left off, really.
I didn't know that.
Ivan directed
the
original Ghostbusters film from 1984. One of the things I picked out from this article, and I was very glad to read, was that it's not going to have any connection to the 2016 Ghostbusters film. I know you didn't see this film, John. I saw probably a good hour of it, and I totally abandoned it. It just didn't have that same feel. Same tone.
It's never going to have it.
But listen, it's nothing to do with the cast or anything like that on my part. It just didn't have that same tone. Ghostbusters 2 was the same. It was a major letdown for me when that came out as well. That was an anticipated sequel as well. I think it came out in 1990, 89, 90.
Yeah, around about that time.
It was a few years after, maybe 4 or 5 years after the original film. This one...
1984, Stephen, Ghostbusters came out, so there you go.
Yeah, so a long time ago.
It was. You can't really be too harsh on the 2016 release though, Stephen, because it hasn't got the likes of Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson. There's a whole host, Sigourney Weaver. So you've got that great chemistry between these towering figures from the 1980s.
Well, some of them actually did appear as different characters in the film, but it didn't work.
They tried the quasi-sequel thing.
Yeah.
Tried to be a pioneer of it. Didn't quite pull off. That's because, Stephen, you know why? First and foremost, it wasn't a critical hit or a commercial hit, because you would have had a whole host of male fans and stuff like that just not entertaining this all-female led film, which is a whole other rabbit hole I don't want to get down. I wasn't a big fan of Melissa McCarthy at that point, Stephen. Even up until recently, 4 or 5 months ago, I wasn't a big fan. But I've started to want her. Having watched her and Can You Ever Forgive Me, I have to say, absolutely sublime performance. She's been nominated for an Oscar. Totally understand why, because she's sublime, and I've turned my mind, I've changed my mind on her. But getting back to this, Jason Reitman, glad to see it's getting set for a 2020 July release. Hopefully it will reinvigorate this franchise. I don't see it doing it though. There was talk that it's going to focus on a teenage group, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that would work or not. I think biggest surprise for me would be Bill Murray having an involvement in this film, the type of person he is.
Maybe he's going to be the Han Solo.
Well, it could be, passing on the baton, as they say. But
a guiding hand.
Sadly, Harold Ramis won't be there.
No,
he passed away a few years ago. He was a terrific director as well as, a great actor, and that character Egon as well was iconic in that first movie. I always liked Egon. Ernie Hudson, I did read an article a few days ago. He's just waiting on the call. He played Winston, of course, the fourth Ghostbuster, the Ringo of the group. Ernie Hudson, I do like him. I think he was he in The Crow? I'm pretty sure he was in The Crow. I'd have to look back at that one, John. But, he's a great guy off camera as well, from what I've seen. I always said Dan Aykroyd would jump at the chance of continuing his character from Ghostbusters. Even after the disappointing Ghostbusters 2. He just seems like a guy that thoroughly enjoys the franchise, thoroughly enjoys playing that character as well. It's going to be interesting to see this Rick Moranis as well, to see if all these original actors are coming back and in what capacity they're going to come back in as well.
Yeah, I just see them handing off the baton, as you did say, Stephen, coming in as sort of a guiding hands and passing it on to this new generation of Ghostbusters. We've seen this with the likes of Power Rangers most recently, taking a whole new cast of younger up and coming actors and maybe try to create a new franchise and obviously reinvigorating it, because it's pretty much dead now, Stephen. So this would be a neat way of invigorating the franchise, building it on for future generations. I don't really see it being a great success, but you're right, Stephen. Ernie Hudson was in The Crow. He played the sergeant in it.
That's right, he was very good in it.
He was very good. Look, Ecto 1's in there. I'm happy. Nice bit of callback. I enjoyed that. I seen it in The Predator.
That's why, when we did the trailer reaction last week, John, I was very disappointed, because it looks like they've not really committed themselves too much in that trailer. Apart from the car is going to appear in it at some point.
I feel like that's maybe the only scene they've shot.
Yeah,
and they've shot it deliberately for the trailer.
But talking about...
Because they're saying that the casting process for the young actors is just getting underway, so they couldn't have filmed it.
Talking about failing franchises, John, we're just going to move on to our next article.
A dead franchise.
And it's been terminated. You could
Has
say.
been terminated.
It's Terminator 6. Behind the scenes video offers new look at Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's looking pretty good in this behind the scenes footage, John. Linda Hamilton and a lot more. This came in from Slash Film. We watched the video. It was on, I think it was about a minute long, minute and a half.
Yeah.
That's what I picked up from it. Arnold Schwarzenegger is looking in good shape for a man his age. What is he now, about 70 or something?
I think he's in his 70s, and he's in infinitely better shape than me, Stephen. His hair is infinitely better than mine too. Looking magnificent, sporting the beard. Looks very youthful. And the fact as you did say, Stephen, looking at him, he's clearly got himself, I don't want to say he got himself back into shape, because I don't think he was ever out of shape, but
one of the things
shape he's in, I think he's going to have a sizable role.
I think one of the things that picked up on social media is Arnie's participation in this movie, what his role is going to be. He is sporting a beard, after all, but Terminators their skin can age, as we saw in Terminator Genesis. That was the explanation for the grey hair and the old look.
I'm quite happy to see an older...
I think these Terminators can grow beards as well.
They can?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? They can grow hair. Well, saying that's not technically true. They were probably implanted with hair, so maybe she's had a beard implanted. Maybe it's a prosthetic beard, Stephen.
Or they could go down the route of Terminator 3, one of the unused scenes where the actual Terminator was based on a general. From the armed forces.
Oh God, no.
I'm glad they ditched that scene. It was for comedy value. It was worth seeing it. But
hillbilly voice.
Yep, there's a dubbed voice, and some other random in the control room had the Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, and they based both of his look and this other guy's voice to create the Terminator's character.
That would be terrible.
I hope they don't go down this road. I still think Arnold Schwarzenegger's got something to offer in this franchise if they're going down that road. Personally, I think they should have just maybe stopped it after the second one. I liked Rise of the Machines. I liked Salvation as well. I liked Salvation, as standalone films. Genesis, no. I could see what they were trying to do. I liked that recreation of some of the scenes from the original film. I thought they did very well technically. But the film itself, Matt Smith was in it, very small role, but he played the little, John Connor's friend from Terminator 2 when they were in the arcade. He was playing the older version of that.
Right, that's cool.
Kind of looked like him as well.
Yeah.
But
Amelia Clarke as well.
The key to this, just talking about Amelia Clarke, she played Sarah Connor. Linda Hamilton's back. She is Sarah Connor.
Briefest of glimpses of Linda in this video.
She's looking in good shape.
They're both looking in very good shape. Another thing I took from Stephen is Andrew G. Vanya is involved in the film. He has a little speaking part in the video. He was involved in the first two films. He was involved in the Sarah Connor Chronicles, the TV show, and he was also involved in Terminator Salvation and a whole host of other films starring obviously Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger at the likes of Judge Dredd from 1995. Even Die Hard with a Vengeance, which I don't think was that great, was it?
Well, it was okay. It wasn't a patch in the original. It was better than the second one. Die Hard with a Vengeance probably succeeded because Samuel Jackson was in it.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis was John McClane, just playing his usual role, but Samuel Jackson in that role. And I can't remember the chap's name, the English actor, played Hans Gruber's brother in it. I can't remember his name. Jeremy... can't remember his name. It'll come to me, but it was a good film. It was a decent attempt to have a sequel.
Involved in Rambo and Total Recall. So this is a guy who gets this genre, Stephen. He gets Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a producer though, so I don't know how much he's going to influence this film, that is. But look, I'm intrigued by it. I think the franchise is dead. It's not a film I've ever really wanted.
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. Jesus Christ, how could I not remember?
Yeah, he played Alfred in Batman v Superman.
Yeah, and very well too. He's a very, very good actor, Jeremy. He's got a very distinctive, demulcent voice. Look, it's a great little behind the scenes video, Stephen. We even get the obligatory catchphrase, as the article does say, "I'll be back," and he will. And I think he's going to have a very sizable role, and I'm pleased about it because Arnie is one of my favourite action heroes, and he's looking in absolutely incredible shape. So hats off to you, Arnie, my man. People were slagging you for your bitch tits, your saggy bitch tits. You have not got them, so on yourself. But we'll move on in that.
Yeah, we'll move on, John, to an article from Vanity Fair. We'll move on swiftly. This is exclusive preview to Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Just a series of photos that came up on their website earlier this week, John.
Yeah.
Some of them are really good, aren't they? Most of them are good, actually.
All of them are good.
Really capture the
period.
Period of the late 60s. That one with Brad Pitt we'll start with, sitting on that kind of golf buggy with a yellow t-shirt on. Very
cowboy boots, the suede, sort of a desert cowboy boots.
Looks like Robert Redford. He always wanted to be Robert Redford.
Stephen,
appeared in Spy Game with Robert Redford as well.
He always looked like Robert Redford, Stephen. No, he looked like Robert Redford.
Yeah.
I was about to say Robert Redford looked like him. Robert was out
I
before.
wish he does now.
Yeah, well, look, he's had his time. Very successful career.
But some of the photographs, John, the one that sort of caught my eye, that I laughed at, it wasn't Al Pacino, it was the Hullabaloo one. It looks like he's doing a little dance routine there, Leonardo DiCaprio, doesn't he? And I remember seeing clips of this television show. It was NBC's variety show. I don't know if it was maybe Beatles related or something like that, but
could have been.
I remember seeing that. It looks very much like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that kind of attire he's wearing, very dapper looking. Get back to the one you're talking about, John, the one with Al Pacino. He's playing Agent Marvin Schwartz.
Yes.
That's going to be Pit Booth's agent. It's just good to see these guys all together in this scene. Who would have thought this? Even just seeing Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio in a scene together, I'd never thought we'd see that. But then you throw in Pacino as well. It's going to be epic, isn't it?
Stephen, I have to tell you, you're right about Hullabaloo. The Beatles were on it in 1966. So it's obviously a variety show, as you did say, and the attention to detail in the background, on the set design and then the costume design, it's just epitomises everything I love about Quentin Tarantino. The guy knows how to make a period piece, make it authentic, immerse the audience in it. Leonardo DiCaprio, one of my all-time favourite actors already. I just love the guy. Didn't initially. Thought he was a bit of a git in Titanic, and obviously I did like Romeo and Juliet. It's a guilty pleasure of mine just for the soundtrack alone. But he looks incredible here with the, as you said, Mr. Bean attire. But look, Margot Robbie looking eerily like Sharon Tate. And again, the attention to detail on the attire or the clothes. I cannot wait to see this film, Stephen. It looks absolutely superb. I did mention previously, Stephen, maybe on an audio show, that there was talk that he was shutting off street by street portions of Los Angeles and obviously turning it into 1960s Los Angeles, and you see that in one of the shots of Margot Robbie walking down the street of Sharon Tate, sporting very dapper looking white boots, and it looks incredible. Very jealous of that.
Tony the film though, John, that concerns me. Whether or not they're really going to get into this whole Sharon Tate thing with the Manson murders and stuff like that. I hope not. You've got to trust the director, and certainly with Tarantino, he's going to take it off. I think the events of that are going to really be in the outskirts of what's really happening. I think it's going to be more personal based. It's not going to really...
I think it's focusing more on the Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt characters. It's a struggling actor. try to find success in Hollywood. Obviously, this is his stunt double. Al Pacino's going to be the agent, so it's going to be focusing on these guys. Really, how the year shaped these guys' lives. 1968, whatever, 1960, I think it was 69. What effect the Manson murders had on Hollywood and Los Angeles at that time. How it affected all these periphery figures throughout the city. So it's going to be incredible. There's been rumours and talk that it's going to be another attempt at a sort of a Pulp Fiction film, but it's various different perspectives, maybe different timelines, things happening, going back in time, going forward in time, then it all coming to a great culmination at the end, and it all weaving together.
He's the best at doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that, Stephen. If anybody can do that, if it can get off in tangents and focusing on, you'd think, superfluous characters, the likes of, like, I don't know, like the two robbers in Pulp Fiction, for instance. Yeah. Fairly minor players, but he goes off and then he marries it all together beautifully. So if anybody can do it, I'm pretty sure Quentin can do it. And I'm just looking, Stephen, again at these photos and just
that last shot, Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt with the champion T-shirt on and just the shirt, the cowboy boots, the belt, the little gun keyring. Yeah. Looks like a Camaro or a Mustang in the behind him. Yeah. Just a great attention to detail. Cannot wait to see it. One of my most anticipated films. It's been so long, Stephen, since Quentin's brought a film out. Yeah, Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight, and that was about 4 years ago now. 3 years ago.
About 2013. It might be longer, John.
Maybe longer.
5, 6
years. Jesus Christ. So I cannot wait to see this great man back with another release. The sooner, the better for me.
Yeah, another great director, John, we're going to talk about is Peter Jackson. This came in from Slash Film the other day, and it's Peter Jackson's World War I, or The Great War. Documentary, They Shall Not Grow Old, expanded to 500 theatres. That is in North America, John. Yeah. We saw this. We were privileged to see this here in the UK on Remembering Sunday. It was that night on the BBC. And I think it was on the iPlayer. I think they do it for the 7 days before it comes off. So managed to catch up with that. We talked about this in the audio shows as well when it was first. I think it was a trailer that came out for it.
It was.
And some visuals as well. Thoroughly enthralling documentary for visuals alone and audio, as well as the story. The narration from these guys that experienced it is the most important thing. It wasn't David Attenborough talking about it or some other person doing the narration. This was the people that experienced it. It was from old audio that they managed to enhance, bring it up to today's technical standards. Very clear, crisp. A lot of people talked about the visuals, which were absolutely amazing. The colorization they put into this took away the flowing motion of these shots as well. It took that sort of Laurel and Hardy-esque, Charlie Chaplin sort of
surreal animation and motion.
Yeah, the pacing of it away. But the one thing that stood out for me was the audio. Hearing those conversations with the soldiers and marrying it up with the visuals was something I think how long it took for them to do these sequences.
Yeah, I read an article, Stephen, just also taking these old, I can't recall the millimetre, but it was like really old stock footage. And just the nature of that footage, the nature of how it was constructed and also how it was filmed, meant that it kind of jumped. There was jumps, the animation was out of sync in certain places. It looked unnatural. And the way they managed to piece this together, they would take scenes and obviously try and fold them together, but they would do it in a way where they'd actually they'd have to create scenes in between, they'd have to create bits in.
They do that.
And there'd be stuff missing, Stephen.
You know how that technology where they use a person from when they're a toddler right up to their old age, you see it in these YouTube videos, that's what they do, John, you're right. They have to replicate a lot of these blank scenes that only last maybe a millisecond just to make it flow
That's exactly what they did, Stephen. They actually had to colour in missing parts of film, things that were damaged, scenes in between so it could flow organically. And what a job it does in really humanising these guys and making them feel like they're human. Because when you look at it black and white and it's jerky animations, these guys look from another time, which they are. But as you did say, Stephen, just the detail, the audio, the process of creating this, it took them 4 or 5 months to do one sequence, put it together. They streamlined it down to I think a month and a half. And just the attention to detail, getting all of these hours of footage, hours of audio, and just recolorising it all, or colorising it all, cleaning it all up. Absolutely incredible documentary, and as you did say, just getting a first-hand experience from the people who were there.
And it's good to see that this is expanding. I think everyone has to see this. It's a painstaking process for Peter Jackson and his team, and it's a great documentary. Really educates you on the conditions, things like trench foot. I knew the saying, but I didn't know what it meant. Just things like that, really educational.
And just the fact, Stephen, that these people weren't aware of the fact that we're in a momentous occasion in history. They weren't really moaning about it, or look, woe betide and stuff like that, as Noel saying. Yeah. They were just normal guys talking about the most mundane of things, and just, it's a great insight into the time period, and I thoroughly echo anybody, or thoroughly, what's the word, Stephen? Advise anybody who's not seen it to go and watch this documentary, because it's absolutely fantastic.
But we'll move on, John, very quickly, because we're running out of time.
Yeah, running out of time, that's why I'm stuck Stanley, Stephen.
It's Matt Smith to star with Jared Leto in Marvel spin-off Morbius. Now, the article itself is, I think he's in his final talks to join Jared Leto on this project. We know that Leto's going to be playing the title character.
Yeah, the vampire.
It doesn't say what Matt Smith's going to be doing. They do this with him quite a lot. Did it with Star Wars, did it with Terminator as well. He's a fantastic actor. We loved him in Doctor Who. He's great in The Crown. He played Prince Philip. Was amazing in that as well. He's just a terrific actor, and I think he's one of these guys that you can go to. He's very reliable. He's very versatile. And he's got great range and screen charisma as well. And a great head of hair. Yeah. I don't know who he's going to be playing, Stephen. And as you did say, it's a recurring theme with Matt. They seem to bring him on and say he's got a sizable role, and then they don't tell us anything about the role until the bloody film comes out. Everybody's hinting that it could be Palpatine, or Chief Palpatine, that he's playing in episode 9. We don't know who he's playing in this. Don't get a clue, even a hint, Stephen, because I don't know much about the Morbius character. But it's good to see he's a welcome addition to the cast, because I think this is going to be very much like Venom, which was I thought it was a good film. I think, Stephen, he could be playing the sort of a Riz Ahmed figure from Venom in Morbius, where he's playing the villain to the villain. Because he's got the range, and he can. I can't even think of any villains or characters, because I've never read the comic strip, so I can't even say. But really looking forward to this. After Venom, it surprised me. The nature, it was a film of two halves, and it was very. I liked the combination of this guy, just conflicted guy, and just the nature of how they took this villainous figure, and also made him likeable in a sense, and how they're going to continue this into a Morbius film, how they're going to expand this into a villainous Spider-Verse. Are we going to see Miles Morales? Who knows, Stephen? I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing Matt Smith. Could be the parts that are all getting put in motion to see where this goes, but Matt Smith's addition is welcome as far as I'm concerned. But we'll move on to our final topic this week, and it's our poll of the week. And it's a simple question of which of these 4 young actors is the best, and the choices you could have picked from was Lakeith Stanfield, Dev Patel, Timothy Chalamet and Will Poulter. Now, Lakeith Stanfield got 28%, Dev Patel got 17%, Timothy Chalamet was the winner with 33%, no surprise. And Will Poulter got, am I saying that right? Poulter, 22%. I went for Timothy Chalamet. First film I saw him in was Lady Bird. Thought he was, I just thought, who's this wee guy? He's really good. But he's went on to do some great things. I can't wait to see him in that film with, is it Beautiful Boy? With Steve Carell. Steve Carell. Yeah, so cannot wait to see it. It's coming out very shortly. By all accounts, he's incredible in it, and he's been snubbed for an Oscar. I'll try and get this going very quickly, Stephen, because we're running out of time. But first film I seen Timothy in, and I voted for Timothy, was Interstellar. He played the young boy in Interstellar. Right, Lady Bird, incredible. Call Me By Your Name, incredible. I think just an outstanding young actor. Dev Patel, though, very, very good. Lion, Hotel Mumbai, Slumdog Millionaire, Chappie, South African sort of a robot thing, very good in that. Will Poulter, again, another actor I've enjoyed tremendously. The Revenant, Detroit, played an absolute git in Detroit, and also Wild Bill, which if you've not seen, I thoroughly recommend going and giving a watch, because it's an incredible film about a guy who is just a young guy down his luck, no parental figures or whatever. And finally, Stephen, obviously Lakeith Stanfield, another extraordinarily talented young man from the likes of Sorry to Bother You, Get Out. He's been voted for a up-and-coming rising talent award for the BAFTA awards, and he is another great young actor that joins the other great young actors in this poll. You've got to have these guys pitting against each other in their polls, because we'll not have a poll. So I'm going to end on that note, because I'm giving an absolute crap here, Stephen. No, fair enough, John. But listen, we'd just like to thank everyone who voted in this week's poll, and also thank you for joining us on today's Movie Burner News. We'll be back again tomorrow with the blog rundown.